Man, hey, check this out, right? I'm finna tell y'all my first time in the feds, man. Like for real. Like, I remember coming to the feds and shit. I left MCC Chicago. Well, I'm in MC Chicago and shit. You know, they pack your property up before you leave, days before you leave, and your property gotta transfer down to the prison after you there. So sometimes it'll be like a week to 2 weeks, or it could take a month, you know what I'm saying? So I come on location and shit, I see one of the homies from the block. As soon as I come to the prison and shit, he see me, he get geeked, you know what I'm saying? He like, oh, they got my boy down here, you feel me? So I end up seeing the nigga, man. We just get to shaking up, you know what I'm saying? Politicking a little bit, you know what I'm saying? He hit my hand, gave me some shit. One thing escalated to another. Like, he let me see his MP3 player. So I get his MP3 player, man. You know, I'm jamming, doing my thing and shit. I put my shit on the charger. Some bitch ass nigga, man, he stole my MP3 player off. He stole the MP3 player off the charger. He was a Latin King. Now, I ain't know who stole it at first, so I ended up seeing an OG. And I'm like, hey man, what you do when a motherfucker steal MP3 players and shit around? I'm like, motherfucker just took my MP3 player off the charger. He like, man, youngster, you gonna have to go around and just ask people like, man, y'all seen the MP3 player? I'm like, man, fuck all that. That shit ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So I took matters into my own hand. And goddamn it, I go flick the lights on in the day room, on and off, on and off. Everybody look, they see me. I'm like, hey! I'm like, man, which one of you bitch ass niggas stole my MP3 player? I'm like, nigga, on my mama, nigga, if my shit don't come up, nigga, I'm finna start taking everybody's shit around this bitch. Niggas looking like, damn, fuck he just say? Oh, Vice Lord nigga, man, he just came from the USP. He pull up on me and say, youngster, that was a bold statement you just made. He say, man, in the pen, man, that would've got you killed. I said, oh yeah. I'm like, man, I appreciate that. One thing escalated to another. MP3 player never came up. I make another announcement. And I say, if my MP3 player ain't back on this charger by the time I wake up tomorrow, it's going down. Shit, I wake up, that motherfucker on the charger. A nigga pull up on me and say they seen who put it on the charger. Never said shit about the shit. One thing escalated to another. The nigga tried to sell me some shoes. The same nigga that stole the MP3 player and put it back on the charger, he pulled up on me and tried to sell me some shoes. I'm like, hey, my nigga. I say, you know stealing don't carry probation, right? Nigga looked at me. Like, what the fuck he talking about? You know what I'm saying? I gave the nigga a hint right there. You know, it's all about making a nigga think. You know what I'm saying? So one thing escalated to another. This nigga the photographer, man. Me and my homies taking pictures and shit. One of his homies go home tomorrow. So we took the photo booth over. This nigga get mad because he can't take a picture with his homies. So when it's time for me to get my pictures from the visiting room, my baby mama and my daughter came and saw me. When it's time for me to get my pictures from the visiting room and the pictures I took with my homies that night, this nigga took some of my pictures and act like he ain't even hear me. I called a nigga like, hey, you miss, it should be some more envelopes in there with my name on it. He turned around and act like he ain't hear me. So I'm like, man, what the fuck? I'm like, hey, my nigga. He still ignoring me. So I run up on him like, I'm like, nigga, hey, nigga, you ain't hear me calling you, nigga? He like, man, what you mean? I'm like, man, you acting like a little bitch, nigga. I'm like, nigga, check them motherfucking envelopes, nigga, and see if there's some more pictures in there, nigga, with my name on it. He like, all right, man. He gave me the whole rack of envelopes, like here. As soon as all that happened, his homies pull up, like, hold on, what's going on? He like, oh, nothing. Man, y'all want to know what this nigga did to me, man? Like, for real, man. Like, y'all really want to know what this nigga did to me? I don't even like saying this shit, but I'm going to say it, man, because it really happened. This nigga smacked the shit out of me. I'm talking about, boom, slap me. Then as soon as he slapped me, I try to retaliate. All his homies and shit grab me. Talking about ain't no one-on-ones, be cool, but we gonna stump your ass out. So another homie grabbed me and was like, hey, you gonna have to holler at your big homie. I'm like, holler at my big homie. I'm like, damn, I just came from the streets, man. We ain't hollering at no big homies about nothing. That's this Fed shit, though. You know what I'm saying? This shit happened in Pekin, FCI. But y'all don't know where Pekin at. That's in Illinois. It's a medium federal prison. Man, so I go out at the big homie. This nigga that smacked me, his big homie there, the chief of the Kings and shit. He right there hollering at us and shit. And he asked me what happened. I'm like, shit, your man's just bare hands on me. And I'm like, shit, I can't let that shit slide. I want my lick back. And he like, man, do me a favor, you know? He like, man, let us handle him. I'm like, let y'all handle him. He like, yeah, give me your word. Give me your word that you ain't gonna do nothing to him. We gonna handle him. I looked that nigga in his eyes and I was like, I got you. But the whole time, I'm like, shit, man, I ain't letting that shit slide. So I go back to the unit and shit. My celly and shit, he from Racine, Wisconsin. His name T-Money. He like, man, I already know, my nigga. He like, I'm gonna make sure you get all your shit. I'm like, yeah, man, whatever don't fit in that bag, man, you can keep that shit. I'm talking about canteen, commissary and shit. So like, woke up the next rising. I emailed my mama, my baby mamas, and all my peoples and shit. And I told them, like, shit, I'm finna go to lockup. I'm finna go to the hole. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna holler at y'all in a little bit. And left it just like that. Man, I go in the room, go grab my combination lock. Put that bitch in 2 socks. Tied that bitch into a knot. Wrapped one half around my wrist. Gave it a nice little, you know, gave it where I got some lymph on it. You know, bring that bitch back like a pity pat. Do y'all know this nigga smacked me and had a nerve to be watching TV with some CL20 headphones in his ear? He ain't watching his back or nothing. I could have killed this nigga. Man, I'm sitting there watching this nigga, man. I ran up on that nigga just like this, man. I tap him. He look at me in my eyes. As soon as he look at me, I get to beating his ass. Boom, boom, boom. I'm whacking his ass. Whacking him. Broke his whole fucking face up, man. Wired his jaws. Man had wires all in his mouth. Police come, man. They got them in. Got the guns and shit. They lay us all down on the ground. Send us to lock up. They put us all in the same tier. Them niggas talking about, oh, nigga, you dead. Nigga, you this, you that. Nigga, nigga, your ass ain't walking no yard, nigga. We killing your ass, nigga. So the nigga talking shit that I just wired his jaw. I get on the dough. I don't even do all that dough woofing. You know what I'm saying? I'm strictly about action. I ain't got time to be woofing with nobody. But like, they steady talking shit on the dough, so I finally come to the dough. I'm like, yeah, nigga, how your jaw feel, bitch ass nigga? I'm like, yeah, nigga, I bet your bitch ass don't smack nobody else, nigga. Yeah. Then I got back in my bed and laid down with my arms like this. Relax, chilling. Then they send me to a USP. Send me to USP Florence, Colorado.
What's the USP?
United States Penitentiary. Maximum security. They should be there. Then I end up getting into a knife fight with them niggas up there. Niggas try to stab me. I went out with a bang though. I'm talking about a bang. They hit me a couple times, but I hit their ass a couple times too. Hell yeah, that shit crazy though, y'all. That prison life ain't no joke, man. Like I'm getting on here, man, to say this shit, cause like a lot of y'all like think going to prison and shit is cool. That shit ain't cool, man. That place is like the #1 stage of hell. You gotta watch your back in there for real. Niggas gotta be with you going to the shower. Niggas got them in while you showering. A nigga outside the shower on security got them in with a big ass knife. You know what I'm saying? You can't even walk to the shower with your shower shoes on. You gotta have your tennis shoes on or your boots on, tied up extra tight. And niggas escorting you to the shower. Your homies. Like, that ain't no life to live. Niggas will turn on you quick in that motherfucker, man. For real, I've seen this shit happen so many motherfucking times. Like, it's crazy. Like You drinking the same water that you shitting and pissing in, spitting in. It ain't nothing but recycled water. Why would you want to place yourself in an environment like that, thinking you cool? Like, y'all niggas be in the streets doing all this wilding and shit. Then get to the feds, your paperwork fucked up, all type of shit. Like, man, you niggas better start learning how to think, man, for real. This shit is not a game. Like, for real.